Shut up. 12 on my back, gold on my wrist. They know what this is. Woo! Hey! Welcome to Legendary Island. QB1 with a vision like a lighthouse beam. 12 on my chest, now I lead the whole team. Gold AP, it on TikTok. Maybach slide like a silent hawk. Chain swing heavy like my name in stone. Draft day ice, now I'm in my zone. Cleveland cold, but I bring that heat. So I built my island where the real ones eat. Legendary Island, 12 in the sun. Gold chains on, yeah, I been that one. AP shining, my watch smooth. Touchdown king, got the leaky don't move. Legendary Island, dripping in gold. Only real ballers, get to the smoke. Go talk. Legendary Island, go talk. Drafted with grace, but I came with grind. Now I call plays on island time. Watch flooded chain custom, cleats rare. Throwing fades on a beach with no care. Maybach seat with the suede on rest. I still pray hard even though I'm blessed. I ain't just ballin', I built this place where the ocean roars and the doubters erase. Legendary Island, 12 in the sun. Gold chains on, yeah, been that one. AP shining, my watch smooth. Touchdown king, got the leaky don't move. Legendary Island, dripping in gold.
Dang, I'm muted. Let me say it again. Appreciate y'all for coming. Hit that like button. Subscribe and tell your friends about the Moneymane. You already know. Let's go. Savage, where you at?
12 inches of numbers.
Savage, where you at? We got them in the building.
Legendary ain't
we got them in the building. Let's ride. Let's ride. How y'all doing? How y'all doing? How y'all doing? Appreciate y'all for coming once again for the Moneymane. You already know. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share it. Tell your friend about the Moneymane. You already know. Hey, man, we got a special guest in the building. Y'all asked for him. Savage, you kept asking for him. Perfect timing. I know it, right? Perfect timing. Hello. How you doing, Miss Dawn? How you doing, Miss Stacy? No matters. How you doing, Whitaker? Jackie. How you doing, Savage? NO2CO. What's going on? Miss Brown, DJ H, Patty Lee, Ken, RG3. What's going on? How y'all doing, man? I need y'all to share this video right now. Bring it to the stage. Mr. Ed Jackson. How you doing, Mr. Jackson?
Hey, man. How you doing, boss?
We finally got you on the show. I know it took a minute.
Yeah,
well, I scheduled the match up, but I appreciate you for having. I know a lot of people been asking on my channel about what's going on, and can I have you on my show? So we got you right here.
Yeah, we in the house. We in the house.
So I need you to tell us a brief overview of the lawsuit case.
I mean, right now we're just in a little staging pattern. We're waiting on the judge to make her frivolity review. She's running afoul of the Federal Rules of Civil Procedure because they give me 90 days from the date of the filing of the complaint for me to get it serviced and, you know what I'm saying, and get it, or to get service completed on the complaint. I think August the 1st, you know what I'm saying, I'm running afoul of that 90 days. I hope and pray that, you know, the statute of limitations is stayed on that because of the frivolity review that was ordered by the first judge that granted me the informal pauper status. So legally, the way I interpret the law, that frivolity review was supposed to be concluded at the time that they granted me the former pauper status. That's what the rule says. Mm-hmm. But, you know, of course, they do what they do.
So what made you want to file this lawsuit? I know it got to deal with Shedeur, but what specifically made you want to do this?
I don't want to dive into all of the details, but the main, the frustration and devastation that I experienced from the actual fall in the draft and the way that it was handled, it led to me to file a lawsuit for the emotional distress. But there were several causes of action that I used in pursuing this justice, and that's the violation of the Sherman Antitrust Act, the violation of consumer protection laws, and some other causes of actions. But those are the main things that I'm pursuing the NFL on.
All right, because I know I tell all my folk that come in here, I say Shedeur is a victim of collateral collusion, stemming from the Deshaun Watson case with the $250 million guaranteed contract that the Cleveland Browns gave him. Shedeur was the punishment for the Cleveland Browns. What you think about that? Him being the punishment, as far as the Cleveland Browns had to draft Shedeur, but they had to draft him maybe the 5th round or later.
Well, that's where the collusion gonna come in, because if you were projecting to take Shedeur 2nd or 3rd in the draft, you done met with him several times out in Boulder, so you knew that you were drafting Shedeur. So why did you make him wait to the 5th round? And here's the even craziest part about it: if he had to wait to the 5th round to draft Shedeur, why didn't any of the other team grab him before then?
Right.
The Cleveland Browns wasn't the only team out there that needed a quarterback.
They sure wasn't.
Yeah, I know. I frequent another YouTube channel called She Says Sports. She has an interesting legal theory on how and why all of this happened, and her theory is that this was a way of them playing keep away of black quarterbacks. Now, her theory is Shedeur would have been the 17th black starting quarterback in the league, which would give them a majority of black quarterbacks in the league, or teams in the league with black quarterbacks. So the way that they treated Shedeur and Jalen Milroe from Alabama prevent them from becoming 17th, 18th starting quarterbacks in the league. So, I'm looking at that and I'm like, okay, that could tie into the 1964 Civil Rights Act violation that I filed. That's another cause of action that I had on the lawsuit. A lot of people say, how can you file a discrimination case against a league that drafted their number 1 draft pick was a black quarterback? Well, because you drafted a black quarterback don't mean that you don't have a racist or a bigot like mentality when it comes to black people. So with the principle Desperate Impact, I'm going to pursue my 1964 discrimination claim using that legal theory. And I think that we should be successful with that, given the judge's arbitrary ruling that he found that where the original reporting of the arbitration report, which was back in January, stated the reporting stated that the NFL was found guilty of collusion, but there was no damages. Now, and here's the interesting part. He reported on this back in January, and he stated that it was a 61-page report. But when he just released the report last month, that report was over 100-some pages. So I'm like, is there 2 different reports? Because in the original reporting, they only mentioned the 3 black quarterbacks. They didn't mention all the other players that was suing the league or that went to arbitration for collusion as well. So that's why I said the report is interesting. We're going to dive deeper into that. I already subpoenaed the justice that actually conducted that that arbitration. So I want all the extensive discovery material that he has that they used in that decision. And from what I heard, it was a treasure trove of text messages. that could, help us greatly in this case. I'm just waiting for this judge to give us permission to go ahead and get started. I have subpoenas, I have discovery requests, early targeted discovery requests. I need to get to see you. I'm trying to get to, find out how many NFL teams, executives, third party people that was there getting ready for the draft. I mean, it's a whole treasure trove of information that we're trying to access. And I just need the court to go ahead and grant us this frivolity review so that we can go ahead and get started. But without that review being conducted, once an order is issued on that review, I won't be able to take my next move until then.
All right. So with that discovery, like I did a couple of videos about the New York Giants tape interviews. That was big for me. So is that in that discovery? Oh
yeah. I mean, we're gonna get down to New York Giants. We're gonna get down to Pittsburgh. There was reportedly a call that came into their draft room telling them not to draft Shedeur.
The Pittsburgh Steelers?
Yes.
Wow.
So that's reporting. So we want access to that. We're gonna get access to the New Orleans Saints information about the prank call, because like I say, the NFL says that it was just the Atlanta Falcons. That's how their explanation was, that the defensive coordinator's son had access to his email and this and that. I'm glad that they said that there was an email chain. Now we want access to the device that sent out that email, and we want access to the device that received that email that he reportedly got it from. I want access. I'm have to subpoena Shedeur for his cell phone records, because he reportedly got that number just for NFL's executives for the draft. Mm-hmm. So I want to subpoena his telephone records so that we can get access to everyone that called that phone, everyone that sent messages on that phone, and the incoming call that actually participated on the prank. We want access to those phone records so that we can identify who it was.
Wow. So you could really open this case all the way up to something even bigger if they find something else in those email chains, the text messages, the videos, but I was just focusing on the interview tapes. But with you saying that, I know it can open up this case to a whole different level and probably different avenues of, lawsuits maybe.
Well, the way that the lawsuit is structured now, I only name the NFL as the only party to the lawsuit. But once we get into discovery in my complaint, I'm allowed, once I get into discovery, that if I determine that any other parties are liable, that they could be included.
Wow. So you saying it could be possibly more than just the Pittsburgh, the Saints, and the New York Giants?
Yeah, because you had third-party people that do draft evaluations, that were involved in the dissemination of this negative reporting on Shedeur. So once we get access to discovery and find out who did what or who said what, you may be liable. You may get a joint to this lawsuit.
Yeah, they would not like that at all.
Oh no,
they would not like that at all.
And I'm very interested. in oh my God, what's the Cincinnati ex-quarterback?
What's his name? I know you talking about. You're a reporter now.
Yeah.
Y'all help us out, chat. Help us out, chat.
Oh my God,
what his name? I know Savage probably know. What's his name? Cincinnati quarterback.
Oh my God, I got a subpoena out for him too. I'm just waiting for the judge to approve it.
Not Dalton. He old quarterback back in the 80s. I forget his name.
Oh my God.
Boomer Esiason.
Boomer Esiason. There you go. I couldn't think of, man, his name escaped. Hey, I'm 55 years old, man. You got to excuse me. My memory don't work the way that it used to. But yeah, I'm going at. Hey, I'm really interested in him. You know.
Yeah.
I know the fan, they're not going to be too happy because I subpoenaed them too. So you know, I want access to all the broadcasting information where he actually came out and said what he said about the NFL executives told him personally that they were supposed to take his entitled what off the board.
Exactly.
Oh, we want access to all of that.
Yeah, I know what I watched that clip, but I knew exactly, he had to edit it for the TV.
Right.
We knew exactly what he was trying to say.
Yeah, I want all that.
I hope, I don't know if you got, they got Albert Beer, B-R-E-E-R. I don't know if you got him in there. I think you need to put him in there if you still can. He the one that was talking about Shedeur developing slow. Like he started that where Shedeur couldn't learn the playbook fast, and he was piggybacking on that why he failed in the draft. I don't know if you ever heard about his clip, heard him speak on that.
No, I haven't. You got to send that to me.
Yeah, I had to find it. Yeah, Albert. See, Miss Robinson in there. She saying it. Albert and yeah, that guy. I just don't like him, but that's a whole nother lie. But with that, what about the collusion ruling? Allegedly, like you said back in January, why you think they waited so long to release the verdict?
The interesting part is, why did they release it? Because if they didn't release it in January, what possessed them to release it now? Because to me, they trying to control the narrative. They trying to control the narrative. And I think that the report is doctored. I don't think it's the original report. But, we're gonna put in a subpoena for the original report, and they're gonna have to explain why there's a difference in the reporting of the arbitration report, because in the original reporting, it was a 61-page report.
Mm-hmm.
And the report that came out last month was over 130 pages.
That's crazy.
So, something's wrong.
Yeah, it is. So do you think your lawsuit or any investigation that's going on? I know I seen something about the FBI investigating the NFLPA. Do you think that got anything to do with the executive resigning and this other guy resigning too?
I don't want to attribute it to the lawsuit, but God always have timing. We just a prop in his show. We don't have no control of his inner workings. But it's funny how everything's just playing out. I know Shedeur probably looking back, laughing, sitting back, saying, "Oh, y'all thought y'all did me wrong. Oh, yep. I got soldiers out here. Y'all didn't know."
Exactly.
He covered.
I was telling my people that come in, I said, I think this all connected. For as the NFL wanted to collude against Shedeur, but they didn't expect the fan support, and then they didn't expect you to file a lawsuit. As a consumer, they didn't expect that. So I think they put a wrench in their plan.
Man, I didn't even expect that. I think I laid around frustrated for a whole week about this process. I mean, I'm an avid consumer. I mean, I don't think I've ever missed a well-off media recording or Reach the People media. I haven't missed not one. Since they've been in Colorado, I have not missed one. So I was devastated, dog. And it hit me I woke up about 2-3 o'clock in the morning, and it was like God just spoke to me and said, "Man, go ahead and file that lawsuit."
Yep.
And I'm like, "What?" And I thought to myself, and I started doing my research, and I'm like, "Okay." I drafted that paperwork up and went down there and filed it, and I was like, "Oh wow!" On a Friday morning, was down at the U.S. courthouse and got that paperwork filed May 1st.
That's good, guy. I remember when it came out. I didn't know who you was at the time. I didn't know you was this close proximity of me.
Right.
But yeah, this opening up a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah.
Opening up a lot of stuff. And I'm trying to connect it all together way back to Deshaun Watson. Like I said, collateral collusion. I'm trying to connect it all the way back from that contract all the way up to now with Shedeur. But with that,
I mean, it's a lot of other stuff out there that we're trying to connect because Jim Trotter, he sued the NFL, and Mike Flores sued the NFL. So, and the same attorney that that handled those two cases conducted an interesting discovery process where they came out with statements saying that they had several owners that made racist remarks. And I'm hoping and praying that those NFL owners did not have anything to do with the decision to carry out this act against Shedeur. So I'm Mike Flores and Jim Trotter. I want all of their discovery, access to their discovery. They have serious, depositions that was conducted. And I want access to all those depositions. I want all the depositions from the arbitration report. I want it all.
I think, just my opinion, my theory, it was all 32. All 32, including the Browns.
Because they didn't draft them. So the message had to go out. And we know that it was communicated. And I'm pretty sure that someone had already reached out to Coach Prime and told him that that what happened. I'm pretty sure he knows what happened. Well,
we already know he might not speak on that.
He can't. Why would he speak on that? He got boys he got teams. He got boys that's trying to play in this league. He got players that he's recruiting trying to play. He can't come out against the NFL.
Yeah, that's what I said. Somebody told why Shedeur won't sue the NFL. I said he in the NFL. If he sue the NFL, he done.
Well, he don't sign a contract, so he had to go through arbitration. He can't sue them.
So do you think that I got a theory about Shedeur falling too with the collateral collusion, those narratives coming out. So my theory is that they put those narratives out and waited until announce the verdict so they could collude again in the draft because they knew what they were going to do to Shedeur by making him fall in the draft. And with that being said, you don't think if Shedeur does file a grievance, do he got any stance against that because they put out them narratives, or would that be hard to prove that they colluded against
him? I don't think he would have a problem with proving collusion if we get if he get into that process, but he's just trying to make the team right now.
Yep.
They don't even want to give him reps at camp.
Yeah, we talked about that last night.
Man, that's crazy, ain't it?
Yeah, it's crazy.
You got the best quarterback on your roster. You're talking about you're gonna limit him? Okay, go ahead.
But I think it's all connected. For for him being, I don't know if you ever read this book or heard of the book, The $40 Million Slave. It got a liberated prototype for as the player that can break the mold of this like plantation type mindset of the NFL. And Shedeur is basically the liberated prototype where he breaks every mold as far as he's confident, he's intelligent, he think with his own mind, don't need no validation. He got his own brand here, celebrity, something like what they were saying when he helped out went to the hood and helped out the project, but didn't consult with the Cleveland Browns. Now, I say if he would have consulted with the Cleveland Browns, we would have still been waiting for them to do something. But they don't like that and see Shedeur as a threat because he has that brand power and that power to move on his own, and he don't need the brand of the NFL to validate him on what he's trying to do. What you think about that?
Man, hey, that's interesting because that's probably what led to your creation of Prime Equity.
Yep, it did. It stemmed from that collateral collusion.
Hey, that's crazy, man. That's crazy. I don't think they expected none of this to happen.
No.
That now you got a video out of his Prime Equity that's going viral. And I know they feel like, man, can't we just get rid of this guy?
Hopefully it'll help your case.
And we won't let him go.
Because you said that, what you think about Prime Equity?
Oh, man.
I know. Let me say this before you get started. I don't know if you watched my video But I know it's a lot of AI videos out there that spread it around and they saying the wrong thing. So I just want to know if you watch my video and then what's your take on prime equity?
Hey, prime equity is one of the best comprehensive explanations of who this guy is and what it could be. You know, we don't know. I know a lot of people reporting that he has that in his clause in his contract. We don't know that, but you know, I'm pretty sure that that I forgot the name of the business, that female business person that Dion has with.
I know what you're talking about.
All them brand deals and all that stuff.
Uh-huh.
I'm pretty sure she probably had something put into the contract.
Yeah.
You know, they was raised with that mentality. They just didn't come into the league with their hand out. They came into the league, you know what I'm saying? We already made. You know what I'm saying? We just trying to play this game. And NFL only like people that they can give a handout to, but they can control them better.
Yep. I call it control, power, and money. You know, just like you said, people saying, well, the first pick was a black quarterback, but Cam Ward doesn't have the same brand power, he's not a celebrity like Shedeur. You know, they didn't want to validate Shedeur getting $40 to $46 million. And with the influence he got, especially to the young black boys and young black girls, that's a threat.
Well, that would have made Shedeur $100 million man.
Exactly.
Had he won in the first round, he would have been $100 million man. So he's on his way to a billionaire.
Yep, he definitely is. And I'm telling you, I think everything is collective is why the Browns are trying to dim the light on him and keeping him from excelling with the reps, getting first team reps. Because like I told my people, I said if Shedeur get the first team reps, the internet just gonna explode.
Man, only thing he need is the vision. If he can get eyes on his product, they know the type of power he has. They don't want him to get reps because they don't want anybody to see it. You know, it's been reported that he's getting reps with the first team, but it's just not in the eyes of the camera. And the reason why they don't want it in front of the camera is because they know the power of the vision that's going to create. You know, they trying to keep this matter as controlled as they can because they know who he is and they know what's going to happen. They already know it. There ain't nothing they can do to stop it.
No, like I said, he blessed. And it's only so much you could do when it God will. There's only so much you could do as a person, human being, to stop it. Because eventually it's gonna happen. That's why he said he tweeted time would tell.
Here's the proof in the pudding, as they say. This man has sold over $250 million in jerseys.
Now I got a little question mark on that. I'm glad you said that. I got a little question mark on that number. Because I said he probably sold that amount, but the commission, I don't think he made that much.
No, we didn't say commission. That. Nobody said that he made $250 million. He has sold over $250 million in jerseys. I think he has over I think it's been reported like $14 million in commissions. That's still a payday.
Yeah, I think it's a little less than 14 million. That's what I was speaking on.
We would never know that number, but I'm pretty sure he probably laughing all the way to the bank.
Yeah, I would be too.
But
I would be too.
I don't know how they're gonna reimburse him for the robbery, but they got to come up with something creative.
Yeah, I would try to make a deal and sign me a 1+1, play 1 year, sign 1 year deal, then I go to another team and sell me 250 million more jerseys so I can get another 14 million. That's just my thought process. I know they can't do that, but I was just saying, that was just my thought process.
They got me to go on buying the jersey right now.
But the fans gonna buy it regardless.
Right. I'm kind of holding off because I'm trying to wait to see what Cleveland's gonna do because I'm like I'm still in shock. I'm still like, wow, and I can't believe that he's being treated the way he is. But man, I'm like, I'm loving the colors. You know, I can't wait to grab. I want the orange one. I want the orange 12. So you know,
see, I got mine on already.
And I may go to China and get me an orange too, just to piss them off.
Go ahead.
Right.
You know,
go to China and get me an unlicensed version of the 2, and go to Cleveland with the 2 with the Sanders on the back. Have everybody talking crazy.
You think they're gonna trade him? You think they might trade him?
Man, I think Cleveland could be a great place for him. They're going to build a new stadium, which is a dome, and the players that they're going after, I think that it could be a great launching spot for him if they had the right mentality. But I don't think they had the right mentality. You know, anybody else would have embraced Shedeur and built around Shedeur. You know, they already showing us that, you know what I'm saying, that they don't even want him. So, you know, in that aspect, I hope he does get traded. I don't want to see him suffer any type of injury or anything. You know, just dealing with the management of that organization. I just don't want to see nothing happen to him that could be career ending. You know what I'm saying? To see that they just set him up in a way that could, you know what I'm saying, ruin his career. I just wish that everything would have happened on the up and up, and that he could have landed at an organization that could benefit him and embrace what he has to offer, so that we could see him like go off to the stratosphere, man.
Yep.
I mean, it still hurts me to this day to really believe that they're actually doing this to this boy.
Exactly. It's surprising. You know, people asking me every day, why Shedeur? Why they pick Shedeur? I was like, I can't tell you. All I can tell you, like I said earlier, the liberated prototype. But it just came out earlier today that Kenny Pickett got a hamstring injury. So I'm pretty sure he about to get even more reps. Now, if he don't get more reps this time, it's definitely something going on.
Well, you know,
definitely something going on.
You can't stop greatness. You know, if you look at every Russell Wilson, what's the Dallas quarterback name?
Dak Prescott.
Yeah, Prescott. I mean, he came out of Ole Miss, man. He was tearing them up in OTAs and camp, and your boy, he didn't have no choice but to claim he had an injury. He knew he was gonna get replaced. So you know, hey, step aside and let this young man shine.
So going back to the case real quick, with that NFLPA resigning, does that have anything, you know, does that help your case?
It could, because like again, it gets back to the way the NFL conducts business. And you know, when we start talking about the Sherman Antitrust Act and the consumer protection laws, the way that they conduct business will be an important factor in those causes of action. It doesn't, I mean, everything helps. Everything helps. I can't wait to find out what the FBI are looking into.
Yeah, I know that might be a big eye opening for the case.
I know the NFL like, damn, can we get a break?
Yep.
Can we get a break, Joe? I mean, it's been, just like, they just keep taking losses after loss after loss after loss.
And they yet to take the biggest loss, because when Shedeur rise to that top, and everybody get behind them, that's going to be the biggest loss.
You know, I see I can already see the undercurrent with the veterans, and like they are already backing this guy. You know? And I'm pretty sure they telling them, look here, man, this is our guy.
Yep.
You know,
I'm pretty sure Myles Garrett to sign that contract and he asked for a trade, he said something, you know, kind of about it, but they had to show him the blueprint, the plan that they had at the quarterback position. And hopefully it had Shedeur in it, because, you know, I don't think he would have signed that $100 million contract to lock him in maybe to the end of his career and wasting years playing and not even compete for a Super Bowl if Shedeur wasn't in the plan and leading the team.
Well, I think
Hopefully.
he conducted an interview that gave us some indication that that he was aware of where they were going and what they were going to do, maybe who they were going to draft. Like I say, you know, it was so much information out there that led everyone to believe that Cleveland was going to draft him. You know, we're going to get to it. We're going to get to the bottom of it.
All right, Mr. Jack. My last question: if you can't answer it, if you can say anything right now to Roger Goodell, the NFL, the NFLPA, what would you say?
Wow, that is a good question. All that I want to say is get your house in order, you know, and if what we're saying is true, and some of these teams did what they did, there need to be a change of ownership so that we can move on and get past this.
Yep. You saying for ownership between NFL commissioner, or are you talking about both parties?
No,
NFL,
just
PA?
certain organizations, like namely, for instance, let's say the Giants. Say that those coaches and those people that were responsible for their draft lied on Shedeur, and none of that happened. Like the release of the supposedly draft tape, where he didn't know the install or whatever that they claimed that he didn't know, and that he got upset and there was a heated exchange. If that didn't happen, then there needs to be a change of ownership.
Yeah, because that's my big thing about that. You know, if that, I think that had a big impact, not a small impact, but a big impact on him falling in the draft. But then, you know, at the time we didn't have all this other information, but now it's coming all together.
Yeah, it's all coming together. Like I say, you know, an interesting part of it was, I don't know if you were watching the Shedeur's draft, one-off media draft presentation. The prank call occurred while the Saints were on the clock.
Second round. Yep.
And if that happened, that means that there was a lot of knowledge spread that he wasn't going to get drafted, because the guy told him in the prank call, "Oh, you have to wait a little while longer," meaning that he had information to know that he wasn't going to be drafted.
Oh yeah, you're right. I didn't think about that.
So, you know, it's a whole lot of different perspectives that we're going to get to, that, you know, that these people are going to have to answer for. And if they participated, and like you say, if the collusion did occur, you need to change ownership to get rid of this mentality.
So you think they can force them to sell just based off of that?
If I filed a lawsuit for $100 million, and you got over about what, 1 million people that bought jerseys, and they can file lawsuits too, yeah.
So what can we do as support? Like, can we file a petition to support your case, or I don't know, you know, what we could legally do? I don't know. I'm just asking.
Well, I'm not an attorney and I can't give out legal advice, but I can help educate people on the judicial process. So hopefully, if we are granted access to move forward, I don't know if I'm going to post on my YouTube page. I probably will post on my YouTube page. So if you can instruct people to go follow my page or subscribe to my page, I'm going, after we have a Rule 26 conference, I'm going to try to conduct some educational seminars on YouTube about the judicial process, because I can't give legal advice. Only an attorney can do that. But, you know, if you understand what I'm saying.
Yeah, I know entertainment purposes only. Entertainment purposes only. That's all.
Right. I don't want to say too much, but, you know, just stay tuned, because if you stay in the know, I'm gonna try to get everybody in the door.
That's good. Well, you can type it in the chat, and then we can get everybody to subscribe right now if you want to.
Yeah, I'll go ahead and put it in the chat. I gotta get the link for my page real quick, but I'll put it in the chat.
And if you don't mind, if you want to take a few subscriber questions, we'll just do 2. I got a lot of people asking to ask a question.
Okay.
They want to ask a question. If you don't mind.
No, I don't mind. Go ahead. I got plenty of time.
All right, chat. Let's see. Chat, put your question in, and I'll pick 2 of them so Mr. Jackson can answer them while he getting together his link to his YouTube. Let me play a little, little Legendary Island again.
Legendary ain't loud, it's live. Cold in my veins, got that prime type gift.
There we go, right there.
Legacy,
subscribe to the channel right now.
On Legendary Island, I ever miss.
Get your questions.
Legendary Island, 12 in the sun. Gold trains on, yeah, been that one. AP shutting in my batch smooth. Touchdown king, got the league on move. Legendary Island, dripping in gold. Only real ballers get to this mode. Oh, go. Legendary Island, dripping in gold.
Well, you gonna have me answer these questions all night.
I'm only gonna pick 2. I'm only gonna pick 2.
Okay.
I'm only gonna pick 2. I got one already. I'm waiting. I'm reading. All right, let's take a look. I got one from Savage. He asking, what do you think about the video of Roger Goodell telling Shedeur he's worried about his pops?
Hey, that's a question that he gonna have to explain. Hey, thank you, Bucky, for putting that out there. Thank you.
Because that's a big question.
Yeah, that's a big question. He gonna have to explain.
That's I'm trying to find one more. This effect should do negatively by the NFL. Let's take Miss Tessa Talks question right here. Can any of this affect Shedeur negatively by the NFL? I guess you pertaining to lawsuit.
It could, if it turns out the way that I think it is. You see what they did at Colin Kaepernick, right?
Yep.
So
just for taking a knee.
Right. It wasn't about that. It was about that money. You see how much he settled with them for, right? But he never played another snap. So
never.
Shedeur, he don't have to play in that league, man. I mean, he can get everything he wants. I'm pretty sure he could probably get up with a $500 million towards $1 billion.
Mm-hmm.
He'd file a lawsuit. But I'm pretty sure he loved the game. So
Yeah, I don't think he would pursue anything. Well, especially not right now. But I had did a video about him going to the CFL. That would be a big pay cut. But as far as him being a brand, I don't think it would really matter. But he definitely would be the #1 star over there. But I know that's a far reach.
Look, you don't even have to go to the NFL. He can play in the spring leagues.
Yeah, you're right.
Still
the UFL. Yeah.
Right.
He definitely can play in that.
He can play in any one of the spring leagues and still make money.
Yep.
So
you are definitely correct. So with that being said, I appreciate you for coming, Mr. Jackson. I don't want to take too much time, but you welcome anytime to come back. Just contact me and let me know when you get an update or you just want to say something to get the word out. I really do appreciate it.
Oh yeah, I appreciate you, man. Thank you for your platform. And like I said, I'll stay in touch with you. And like I say, it's great to have contacts and the platforms that we can get the message out, because like I said, I think the NFL has prevented the media, or has the media blackout on reporting on this story. because if you look at the reporting when we first filed the lawsuit, you notice there ain't been any other additional reporting on the lawsuit in the major media. So I'm pretty sure the NFL has stepped in and told them to cease and desist.
Yep, you're right. But I'm glad I can help you. I'm glad we can help you.
Appreciate it.
This word out. But like I said, appreciate you for coming. Until next time, I got everybody. I'm gonna say this before you get off. Everybody, stay real quick. I got an announcement to make, but let's say thank you to Mr. Jackson for coming through and giving us all this information.
Well,
W12 in the chat.
Tell everyone thank you in the chat that for having me and rocking with us.
And don't forget to go subscribe to his channel. All right. Thank you, Mr. Jackson.
Thank you, boss.
All right. No problem.
Have a great evening.
You too. All right. I ain't even have it downloaded. Give me a second. I got an announcement for y'all. I got to download it real quick. Appreciate y'all for coming, man. I told y'all we doing it big over here. Channel exploding, and we glad to have Mr. Jackson come through to explain that for us. For someone, probably y'all didn't know that what was going on. And, you know, he gave us a lot of new information, a lot of information about the case. And potentially, what could potentially open up a door to a whole different, plethora of things. Y'all know I'm country folk, man. Hard for me to talk. But it is what it is. But, yeah. So, hold on. Let me upload it. I should have had it already uploaded. I appreciate y'all for coming. Hit that like button, subscribe, and share. We are less than a week away from that Moneymane you already know birthday bash right here next Saturday, August 2nd is my birthday, man. We probably gonna release some new music. We gonna have a party. If y'all ain't been to a music release party, I need y'all to come to this so you can get a taste and a feel of it. Cause it's definitely about to be a party in here on Moneymane. You already know channel, man. Y'all see me right there in that. Boy, look at that fedora. Look at you. Well, I'm telling you, I'm clean, bro. Got the Rolex on my arm and all that. Look at that right there. Perfect timing. What it is. I'm telling y'all, man. W12 in the chat if you're coming. I tell you that. W12, hey, don't forget the cash app scrolling at the bottom. I take checks too. I know a lot of y'all on your 401ks and your pension checks. I take a writer check too. I can go to the bank right now. Moneymane, you already know birthday bash next Saturday, August 2nd. I ain't got a time yet, but I will schedule it. It's probably going to be late because, you know, I got to go out there and do a little two-step somewhere with Legendary Island on. But, yeah, I'm telling y'all, it's going to be real big. But that's how we doing it over here, man. But we going to rock out. Like I said, we ain't going to be on too long. I know it's a Sunday. Some of y'all got to get up and go to work in the morning. But we about to rock out to one of them bangers. And you already know what banger that is. Let me put that one back up. Right here. That prime equity. Right here, exclusive. Going viral everywhere in a whole lot of different countries. Like I told y'all last night, that prime equity, man. Let's go ahead and do it. Appreciate y'all for coming.
Prime equity, prime equity.
Prime equity created by us. For us. Oh, no. Yeah. Draft day came, they low ball the price. 5th round pick, but my name's the dice. Said I lost 40 mil, now I flipped it twice. Turn my story to stock, every throw in the rights. Jersey sales views, every clip gon' pay. But not to the team, that equity stay. NFL said sign this, I said wait. Let me build with the ones who don't split the plate. Prime equity, I own my name, not just a player. I built this game, pay me what I create, not just to play. The money tied to move the prime way. Prime equity, yeah. Prime equity. Ooh, Shedeur and Moneymane. We set the legacy, no middleman, no crumbs off deals. I want jersey splits, I want brand appeals. Prime got a name that the league still flips, so we flipped it back, now we get the clicks. Every highlight, every chant in the crowd, gotta run my cup when the merch sell out. AI contracts, nil packs, you already know where the power at. Prime equity, I own my name, not just a player. I built this game, pay me what I create, not just to play. Wines out to move the prime way. Prime equity, yeah. Prime equity, ooh, Shedeur and Moneymane. We set set the tone. Legacy. Shedeur. They measured my value on the field, but not off it. Moneymane jerseys, cameras, clicks, culture. We drive it all, so we own it all. From fifth round, check the $1 billion lane. Who rewrote the playbook, equity in the name. No cap, no limit, this alright. We ain't just playing ball, we on both sides. Prime equity, I own my name. Not just a player, I built this game. Pay me what I create, not just to play. Now it's time to move the prime way. Prime equity, prime equity. Shedeur and Moneymane, we set the tone. Legacy, time equity, I own my name. Not just a player, I built this game. Pay me what I create, not just to play. Now it's time to move the prime way. Prime equity, prime equity. Shedeur and Moneymane, we set the tone. Legacy. Hey, Shedeur.
Shedeur. Fifth round, you must be out your mind.
Lame. Fifth round pick, but I don't move like one. Lost 40 mil, but I still ain't done. They ain't pay me right, but I made them rich. Whole city buzzing off a QB switch. 4-4-6 on a rookie scale, but the merch going diamond like I ain't failed. They post my throws, they boost they brand. Now the league looking shook, this wasn't the plan.
Pay me, don't play me.
Fans show up just to see me dilate. Dre sales hit like a top 3 slot. But my contract say I'm not. Pay me, run that check. I bring more than you ever instead. Run it up, business is booming, let's talk numbers. I got more views than your whole draft class. Turning haters into fans with a no-look pass. Every rethrow got 1 million replays. Still getting paid like a vet from no 3 days. Jerseys moving like it's Yeezy drop. Stadium full, even practice pop. From the HBCU to the coldest land. They got me cheap, but I'm the brand. Pay me, don't play me. Fans show up just to see me daily. Judge sales hit like a top 3 slot. But my contract say I'm not. Pay me, run that check. I bring more than you ever expect. You gave me 5th round money, but I gave you 1st round value. Every seat filled, every camera on me, every highlight mine. Pay me. 4-6 don't match the light I bring. They know I'm worth a Super Bowl ring. You can't discount destiny if you wanna keep me investing. 4-6 don't match the light I bring. They know I'm worth a Super Bowl ring. You can't discount destiny if you wanna keep me investing. Pay me, don't play me. Fans show up just to see me daily. 100 songs hit like a top 3 slot. But my contract say I'm not. Pay me, run that check. I bring more than you ever spread. Run it up, business is booming, let's talk numbers.
Run me my check. Run me my check. Run me my check. Yeah. 4K viz with a wrist on glow. Cuban link thick, that's a line show. Every upload monetized, go. Got the streets and the streams in chokehold. Gold AP watch on beast mode. Tick, algorithm love me, every real stick. Came from the dirt, now it's chrome on deck. If I built a buzz, then run me my check. I run me my check. I earned this. Savage IF, I burned this. Live mode, no time to rest. Every pip got the world say yeah, yes. Cuban on ice, go like a king. Run me my check, pay for the ring. Already know, don't flex for less. Run me my check, I'm built for rest. Cut the check, savage mode. Bow to the lion. Logo got a lion, spirit got fire. Brown town royalty, I inspire. Every view is $1, every like is a lane. But my brand off hustle, not fame. Don't call me lucky, I plan this chess. While they sleep, I'm stacking success. T-shirt drops, shorts go dumb. Me, my haters click just to run up the sum. Run me my check, I earned this. Savage IF, I burned this. Lion mode, no time to rest. Every pip got the world say yeah, yes. Cuban on ice, go like a king. Run me my check, pay for the ring. Moneymane. Moneymane. Moneymane, Moneymane, Moneymane. Moneymane. Moneymane, 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 Moneymane. I ain't just posting content. I'm posting legacy, every clip, every comment. Cha-ching. Cha-ching. Moneymane, Moneymane, Moneymane. Cha-ching. Moneymane, 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 Moneymane. I ain't just posting content. I'm posting legacy, every clip, every comment.